All right, everybody, welcome to our live. Today, we're going to talk about the September targets and what could potentially happen in September. So, very excited to share with you, some great opportunities, but also some danger that you need to be aware, especially if some of the things I'm going to tell you are going to happen. So, let's get started. All right, welcome everybody to our crypto program. So we're going to talk about September. So how low will Bitcoin go? Will it go to 13K, 5K, 0? That's what we're going to talk about today. So let's talk about Bitcoin and other factors that could potentially affect everything. And if you have questions or anything during this comment, put a comment on. Otherwise, we're just going to jump into this cryptocurrency program. So let's talk about one of the first things that I was just telling a friend of mine who I'm coaching on the crypto, saying that this is your Bitcoin dominance. And as you can see, the Bitcoin dominance has went down to a level of support. And you can see that right here, 4 levels of like support here. And the question is, if the Bitcoin dominance changes direction, what do you think that's going to do for the altcoins? So in our crypto coaching program, I've been telling people to be very careful about, the altcoins, like get rid of your altcoins. Because if Bitcoin goes down, and there's a big chance it might, then in that you're going to be in a big danger. And this is where Bitcoin is right now, between this support and resistance line. And we've basically been in this support for a while, and now we're having a little bit of a descending triangle, and at some point it's either going to break down or it's going to break up. And you might be wondering, as you're watching this, how do I know if it's going to break down or break up? And those are good questions. And that's why we have lagging indicators and leading indicators. But let me talk about leading indicators first. The way we know is we have to watch things like inflations. What else we have to watch, Austin?
There's a lot of things to pay attention to in terms of Bitcoin. We have to look at the overall markets, like the S&P 500. We have inflation to look out for. We have the Ethereum merge that's coming in September 16th, I believe. So we're all staying tuned and seeing what's going on. September is going to be a big month, I think.
Yeah. I mean, with the Ethereum 2.0 coming on September 15th is a big day. No doubt there's a potential for a bit of a pump there if the leading indicator are positive. But I got a news for you guys watching. It may not be positive. There are reasons to believe it might not be good at all. Let's go and check that out. So to understand that, we first need to go and look at the forward indicators, okay, which would be under indicators. We have to look at the S&P 500, okay? And so far it's holding. But you can see here that there's 2 big scenarios that could happen. So, Austin, if we go up, what will happen to crypto? If the S&P 500 goes up, what will happen to crypto?
Crypto goes up. It's like a funnel.
That's right.
Starts at the top, goes up, bottom goes up, and then microcap follows after.
That's right. If the S&P 500 goes up, this is all very good for all those financial assets, especially Bitcoin, and even altcoins might go up, but we have to be careful, of course, because it looks to me like a Bitcoin pump is coming. Altcoin season might be over, okay? Now, if it goes down, what will happen? If we break support, we're at a key point for the whole month of September, pretty much, okay? If we break
Yeah,
it,
if it goes
Austin,
down, then we're looking pretty bearish right now, especially in the short term.
That's right. That's right. We're looking very bearish if that's going to happen. So the question we have to ask is, if that happens, then what are the targets for September? And we're going to give you some targets. Now, you might wonder, is it 10K, 5K, 3K, all that shit. But we're going to tell you the exact targets that we have for you in this live. Okay, so it may not be as bad as you think, but it may not be as good as you think either. So let's take a look at that.
Mm-hmm.
So the targets that we set is basically, you got to go to some of the indicators. We are looking, if we break the 17K, okay, let's take a look at that. And we break down, right? Then we would be retesting the support of 17K. That could be a worst case. However, if we're going to break that as well, let's say we break and things go really, really bad, right? Then what will be the worst case scenario? Now, keep in mind, before I tell you that the PI cycle bottom was already kicked in, right? Somewhere around here. And, but we're going to be looking at the 400-week MA. That's what I'm looking at. So to do that, I'll show you how you do it. If you're using TradingView, you can turn it yellow if you want. You're going to put weekly, okay? So we're looking at a 1 week times 400 moving average. That would be our worst case scenario. And you'll be able to see, why am I not seeing it? Hold on a second. Let's do the auto. For some reason, it is not working on mine. Let me go down a bit more, see if I can go down. Well, it's about 13K, and I'm not sure why it's not working. Let me share a different one. This has nothing to do with my skill. It has everything to do with the TradingView thing. So let me change it. And on this one, it works. You can see that the 400-week MA right here is at about 13.5 and is going up every day, okay? So the longer it takes, if it breaks down, that's our worst case. Now, keep in mind, it has never been that low before. So that's what I'm looking at, our very worst case. Now, you may think that's a big deal. It's not. It's actually, if you go down, it's only 33% approximately down, okay? Not a big deal, but you can get buying as it goes down. So if it goes down to that level, it will happen probably in September. We'll get one more leg down, and that will be the lowest point. If it has already not happened, that will be the worst case. And from there, you can see this yellow line, we're going up. And, make sure to subscribe to this channel. Now, we do teach people how to make money in crypto. So if you want to learn how to do that, we have a program. Go in the description. I believe it's there. But we're letting our subscribers, paid subscribers, know exactly what they need to do to make money into crypto. Feel free to check that out if that interests you in the description. But basically, yeah, we're showing you how to make money in crypto in our pay-to-trade system. So if you go to the description, there is usually some kind of description below right down there. And to pay to trade website, click that. And then you could choose which program you like if you want to learn more about our pay to trade program. And then you could choose, try 1 month, click sign me, pay with crypto, very easy to get started. It will open a Telegram and you can pay with BUSD, BNB, even, whatever you want to use, right? So one last point. Yeah. Anything else you want to add there, Austin?
I was just going to challenge you on your views on the Mount Gox situation. One thing we haven't mentioned, but a big pivotal moment in September for sure, is what you think is going to happen with Mount Gox. With the 237,000 Bitcoin being released. How do you think that's going to affect the market? I think people are interested to hear about that.
I don't think it's going to affect as much as people think. I think the news is more bearish than the actual thing. I think the news of it is more bearish than the actual scenario, because trading crypto is not what actually happens in reality, but more the perception. the narrative, right, that is being put out there with crypto. So I think it's more of the news effect than the actual circulating supply, right? It's not good to add all that
Mhm.
crypto, the BTC in it, but if it was only the Mount Gox, wouldn't be a big deal. But if you add inflation, you add everything else going on, interest rates are going up, markets are crashing, yeah, then of course it's going to affect, right?
Mhm. And everyone thinks that, or maybe not everyone, but a lot of people think that Ethereum might overtake Bitcoin at some point,
It will.
being that this is a pivotal moment. You think it will?
It definitely will because Ethereum is a better technology. I think when people look at Bitcoin, they look at it as digital gold, which I agree with. But as far as Ethereum 2.0, that's the future. So that's like Apple, right? I mean, it's new technology. So it's going to
Mm.
be it's going to surpass only because of their ecosystem. By ecosystem, I mean everything else that's going to be built under Ethereum is going to have a lot of transactions under that chain. And now that they've been able to solve some of their previous problems that was slowing down everything, because proof of stake and proof of work are two different things, right? So as they solve these problems in Ethereum 2.0, I believe it will overtake Bitcoin. If not like this year, maybe the next, or maybe the next. I don't know when, but it will definitely overtake it. Yeah, I would say like that.
Mm. When you say overtake, you mean market cap, correct?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah,
And do
market
you
cap,
think
maybe
that?
volume as well, because
Right.
all NFTs they're not going through Bitcoin. Nobody's paying NFTs like in Bitcoin. It's
Mm.
under the Ethereum, and all the apps right that were under the Binance chain. Only for one reason: the fees, right? The transaction fees were very high. So let's see what the fees are going to be with the Ethereum chain 2.0. We have to see what that's going to cost and how smooth it's going to be. But a lot of people use the Binance chain. Like I'm a developer, so I would use the Binance chain to you know develop. I wouldn't use Ethereum. Who the hell is going to use Ethereum? But people don't know this. The Binance chain is literally a fork, exact copy, right, of the Ethereum chain. So everything built on the Binance chain, which is most tokens, were especially the small cap, they were all launched on the Binance chain. But now, if Ethereum 2.0 is, if Binance doesn't have any advantage over Ethereum 2.0, because the only advantage they had before was that Binance chain had low, very very low fee, very low fees. So yeah, well, somebody's asking, do
Right.
you think BNB will reach EAT? I'm not sure what you're asking. Do you think BNB will reach EAT? Oh, I don't. I think I think EAT will explode and BNB will lose some of the market cap eventually,
Mhm.
but it will take time because now the ecosystem on their Binance chain is quite big. So for EAT to be able to build their ecosystem, right? It's going to expand it to a brand new level that wasn't available before. I think so that because of the reason, right, is not just to save costs on the electricity, obviously, is to save is to not have inflated transaction fees.
Mhm.
When there's too much demand and the chain is too slow, then people were purchasing NFTs and paying thousands. Some people, I heard this guy, he paid $5,000 transaction fee just to get the NFT. That's just so stupid. Obviously, that's not sustainable. Who the hell is gonna fucking pay all that money, right? Just to get an NFT. Well, apparently some people were stupid enough to, or they really wanted that NFT. But I think that the Ethereum 2.0 will solve that problem. Hence, leaving Binance chain behind. Binance needs to develop their chain with something new, otherwise they will be left in the dust. They really need now to do something brand new because with the Ethereum 2.0, I don't see the advantage of the Binance chain. I just don't. It's not even. And by the way, some people don't know this, but the BNB chain is not a completely decentralized. It's somewhat centralized, right? So Not to say that they abuse it, because they have not, but it is, if you compare with ETH, the Ethereum 2.0 chain is 100% decentralized. So that's what
Mhm.
the difference is between both.
And one thing about Ethereum too is the proof of stake model. What it does is it brings big money into mining. So if you have a ton of money and you want to get into mining, you just stake a bunch of coins, and that's how you earn your mining fees, right? That's how you would be block exploring, and that allows people with a lot of money to go in and start mining, which will reduce the fees significantly. That's why it's so much better, right?
Let's see. I mean, in theory, everything looks good. I'm a big believer. I would look, ETH 2.0, and we should mark this, okay? But remember this time, I'm predicting that ETH 2.0 will go to $10,000 by 2024 or 2025.
Put it
So
in your calendar.
yeah, put that in your, at least minimum, if not more. Meaning if you go to 15, 20, right? Like that's a low ball, right? 10,000, you're paying what, 15 to 1600 like today. So that's a massive gain. And yeah, for sure, ETH is the future, right? Like, I mean, they're the leader. They've been around a long time. They had a lot of problems. They apparently solved. If that's true or not, I don't know 100%. We just have to wait until September 15th. But expect volatility on because sell the news kind of thing. So everybody's buying ETH, but maybe on September 15th, ETH crashes before it takes off again. But everything will be volatile for sure, for sure. And if there's a problem with ETH, it will be even more volatile, right? Is it going to be smooth or not? I don't know. But anyway, that's my take on ETH 2.0.
Right. And when we say overtake, like when Ethereum overtakes Bitcoin, that doesn't mean that Bitcoin's not going to be good anymore. When ETH overtakes Bitcoin, it's not going to overtake it in price before it overtakes it in market cap. Right now, Bitcoin's sitting at 380 billion market cap and Ethereum's at 200 billion. If Ethereum doubled its price right now to 3,000, it would still be a fraction of what Bitcoin would be, but it would be technically bigger than Bitcoin. That has to do with the amount of supply that's circulating, right? So Bitcoin could still easily go to 200K. It doesn't mean it's not going to go up if Ethereum overtakes it. It just means Ethereum is just generally a bigger in market cap.
Yeah, I mean, we're talking about the ranking, right? So you can look at the current market cap of Bitcoin is nearly double what it is of Ethereum. But again, you have to understand that you can't really build, right, on Bitcoin. You can. Obviously, there's some things that is being done, the Lightning Network and all that. But the Ethereum, you can build massive amount of value on top of the chain, so it will eventually surpass it. It will overtake it. Means if Ethereum becomes number two, Bitcoin becomes if Ethereum becomes number one and Bitcoin becomes number two, that means now every altcoin will follow Ethereum. And some people are already saying that that is already going on. That basically what they are saying is that the market is now following Ethereum more than Bitcoin, which I think there's some element of truth. So when you're looking at the chart as a forward indicator for altcoins to buy, you can't just look at Bitcoin anymore. You also have to look at the Ethereum price and do technical analysis on Ethereum. Otherwise, you're missing out a big, big part of it. Yeah. So anyway, that's what's going on there. All right. Well, I think that's enough for today. Please make sure to subscribe to the channel and press like if you like this video, and I'll see you in the next video. All right.
If
Bye for
you
now.
if you have some unanswered questions, or this provoked some sort of thought in you, and you're curious to what we think about it, Michael, being an expert trader, the best way to get these answers is to subscribe to Pay to Trade. It's for $50 a month. You get what you pay for and more, and we answer all these questions daily. So any question you might have on the market, we're there to answer them.
Yeah. No, Pay to Trade is here to stay. This is our best product, and it could be I mean, I'm not going to compare, but it potentially could be the best crypto coaching product on the internet today, bar none. So and the reason is just subscribe if you don't know why. That's the best way. You don't need to know all the facts right now, but make sure to subscribe and, you know, watch what's going to happen. All right, guys. See you in the next video. Bye for now.